Hey everyone, Aaron here from Rebuy going through a quick data source strategy which involves setting up your cart cross sells in a way that's going to convert more customers and drive more revenue for your business. If you're interested in how to set this up in more detail, feel free to check out our technical walkthrough video, which is going to be linked down below. When it comes to the cart cross sell, there are a few things to keep in mind. We want to keep these products relevant based off of the customer experience, who that customer is, how they came to your store, what it is that they have on their cart. A few quick stats at a glance is 91% of consumers are more likely to shop with brands who recognize, remember, and provide relevant offers and recommendations, according to a study from Accenture. A study done by Brilliance found that product recommendations accounted for 31% of e-commerce site revenue in 2021. And according to a Google study, 61% of users said that if they didn't find what they were looking for right away, they would quickly move on to another site. So how do we take all of this and put this into play inside of Rebuy in your cart cross-sell? The answer would be to modify the data sources. So if we take a look over here, you'll see when we look at our cart cross-sells, what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put the more specific rules higher up on the data source using product tag, or collection-based rules. We're also going to want to leverage dynamic language to showcase your brand's voice, maybe personalize the experience and delight customers, and then leveraging the data from the store and using Rebuy's dynamic endpoints, such as our AI recommendations, as a catch-all rule. Let's jump into it. Here we've got Rebuy. I'm in the smart cart setting, and you can see that I have a cart cross-sell set up inside of the widget. So this is the cart cross-sell data source. And by default, when you create one, it's going to be set up with an AI-based rule. So how can we make this even smarter? So if I jump into the cart cross-sell widget, you'll see that this is connected to a data source, which is determining the behavior of this widget. And by default, it's got one rule: if anything, return recommended AI. So anything's happening in the cart, we're going to be making these AI-based recommendations. So the way that the data sources work is we're going to go in subsequent order from top to bottom. You can see we can add multiple rules before, after. And what Rebuy is going to do is we're going to take a look at rule one. We're going to say, okay, does this logic match? If yes, we're going to apply this particular return. If not, we're going to move on to the next rule. And we're going to keep going in subsequent order until we hit the end of the data source, or unless we hit one of these exit if matched. So when this button is checked, this means that if we have a match on this particular rule, Rebuy is not going to continue evaluating any of the other subsequent rules here for further matches. So a few quick wins for your cart cross-sell are to use some data in terms of getting customers to where they need to go really easily. So a quick win for a best practice when it comes to data sources is we can use a cart item count rule. And we can say if the cart item count is equal to 0, then let's show our endpoint, and we're going to be using our top sellers endpoint, which is taking a look at the top sellers for the store. We'll add another return over here, and we're going to change the title. Instead of "you may also like," which doesn't really make sense in the context of an empty cart, we're going to change this to "start with our top sellers." So we'll go ahead and save that. If you need to, you can always clear this cache. And if we refresh over here, we can see the experience starting to change. So start with our top sellers, and now we've got our top selling products being offered here. And then we can take this a step further. So we can quickly duplicate this rule, and we can say, if the cart item count is equal to 1, let's now use our AI-based recommendations, which is going to take a look at the contents of the cart and start pairing it directly with products that are complementary to it. Now we can change the title to "nice choice on the," and I'm going to use this dynamic language selector, which is going to be linked in the help video or in the help document down below, to say, "nice choice on the product that you just added. Customers also added these." So let's save that. And we can see here how the experience changes as we start to add more products into the cart. Nice choice on the dark roast duo. Customers also added these, right? And what we can do is, so you'll see over here now we default to the "you may also like." So what we can do is we can get more sophisticated here. Let's say, for example, you had specific products that you wanted to cross-sell together. These rules you're going to want to have higher up in the hierarchy for the data source. So let's add a rule before, and let's say if the product tag contains T, then let's show more products with the T tag. So it contains all match input tags means we're going to show products that have the same input tag here. So let's refresh this. And we should see here, see how now we're recommending the T. We're getting a little bit more specific with the products that we're recommending. So our recommendation is going to be to put the more specific rules first, and the final rule should be a catch-all type of rule. So at the very minimum, you're using the AI-based recommendations to do this. Now, the other thing that we can do over here is we can personalize the experience a little bit more, and we can use a customer-based rule. So we can use this if customer, which is looking for a customer ID, so the customer is logged in, or maybe they've made a purchase and that's been cookie throughout the session. We can then show them if you are in a consumable space, maybe products that they have purchased before. So we can show them their buy it again endpoint. And maybe what I want to do is add a customer order count is greater than 1 rule here too. So if it's a returning customer, we can show them products that they want to buy again. Maybe you're not in a vertical where buying something more than once is going to make sense, but we can still use trending products or our AI-based recommendations. And then we can actually change a dynamic title that says, welcome back. We could show the customer their first name as well too. So you can see what that looks like over here. If I were to log into my account, you'll see I am now logged into my account. And then we can see here, it says, welcome back, Aaron. So kind of similar to how my Amazon experience isn't the same as your Amazon experience, being able to emulate this on your store and really provide customers with that personalized experience. So those are a few really quick data source strategies to get you started. There are many different things that we can base our rules off of. So we can take a look at like specific products, product title if we wanted to, collection rules. You can take a look at the cart subtotal. So maybe what you want to do is if the cart subtotal is less than your free shipping threshold, right? Maybe what we want to do here is let's show the recommended AI products, but we also want to say like add these for free shipping over 100. Just do a quick save here. Very, very powerful. Definitely take some time to think through how you'd like to set up your rules for the data sources. If you'd like to check out data sources in more detail, you can take a look at the videos that are going to be linked down below. But those are a few ways and best practices to make the most out of your Rebuy cart cross-sell. And now you're ready to supercharge your store. If you have any questions, you can reach out to our support team via the in-admin chat. And of course, any feedback, feel free to reach out to us at success@rebuyengine.com. Cheers.